Taking Jade for a walk again. She's got a little pink party dress on today. It's dragging the ground. Hope she don't poop on it. Over here. It's like the tractor's been up through here, grading the road a little bit. Come on. Come out here. There you go. See this house right here? I used to live in that. It's actually a garage. It goes with that house back there. Detached garage. But the guy who owns the property owns the house, and this garage, he turned that into a little one-bedroom house. And about, probably 4 or 5 years ago, I lived in it. I moved in there in 2012. One bedroom, living room, bathroom, and a little tiny kitchen. And I probably would have still been in it. I only paid $200 a month rent for it. And I was happy there. I liked it. But, come on, Jade. The reason I moved out, when it rained, it flooded. And I was told that when I moved in, but I never seen no signs of it. It didn't really rain real heavy. But when the rain came down pretty heavy, it came in. And it flooded out the closet, bedroom, the living room, all through the whole house. Well, I woke up one night about 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. And we got some dogs coming to meet us here. Look at her. Look at her. She's trying her best to get at them. I hope they're pinned up really good and tight. We're going to go down this way. This way goes over to the city park. They got that. He must be chained up. I'm getting a lot of activity today, stirring up all the dogs in the neighborhood. Anyway, I'm going to have to take her little dress off. She's dragging it all over the place. Let's try this sidewalk here. This is a cute little house. Little rose bushes out front. Yellow with red shutters. Little hearts in them. That's pretty. Oh, there's a little dog inside there too. Sitting right in the door. There he goes. He's seen us. He's looking up now. Looks like getting ready to have a party or something over here at the park. Oh. All these houses with their, yeah. Come on. I might have to take your thing off you. See if she'll go out to the end of her lead. See where she goes to. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Just walk down a different area today. We usually go down the alley in back of our house and then around the block. But today, I decided to take a different way. Probably won't go down that way again because too much disturbing too many dogs by doing it. Way too many. Come on, baby. Let's go down this way. There's dogs down the alley where we live. There's like 3 or 4 of them in a cage, but last time we walked down through there, They were quiet. Usually they come to the fence and bark, just like these other dogs back here did. But last time Jade and I took a walk down through there, they didn't even know we were there. They might have been inside sleeping, or maybe the people had them in the house, but they didn't. Now the ones around on the front side did. Those three that I seen there was fighting with each other. Yeah. Anyway, well, I think what I was telling you about that house that I lived in, yeah, when it rained, it completely flooded. And I got up one morning at 2 o'clock to go to the bathroom. When I stepped down on the floor, it was wet. I turned on the light, and there was about an inch of water floating in the bedroom. I went to the bathroom. It was clear across the living room floor into the bathroom, wet. And I called the landlord the next day and told him, because when I moved in there, I asked him if it leaked or flooded, and he said no. Well, after I moved in there, I found out that it flooded around the window in the back bedroom. When it rained real heavy, it would seep in around that window and run down, which wasn't too bad of a problem, because there wasn't nothing back up against that was really any importance. You know, but it did leak down like that also up inside of the closet. There was a closet right back there pretty close to that window, and it leaked inside of there too. So basically that carpet in there stayed wet, and there was mold growing on the wall and stuff. But I had no idea about that leaking inside that closet like that for a long time, because when I moved in, I just put everything in the closet, and I very rarely got into it because I had my clothes that I wore to working on daily up in the, there was a closet on the other side too, a small one, and that's where I kept my work clothes. The clothes that was back there was what I call my dress-up clothes for church and stuff, and they were high enough off the ground so they didn't get moldy. They didn't get wet or moldy or nothing. So I didn't really have any idea that it was leaking that bad in that closet. And then when I got up that night to go to the bathroom and I stepped in that water, that's when I realized how much it was flooding. And so I called him the next day and I told him, I said, this place is completely flooded. You know, all the boxes, I had boxes sitting on the floor, cardboard boxes. They got wet. They were right. Have you got someplace else I can move? Because he had like 30 places that he rented in town, and then in another town, and actually 2 or 3 towns around. He had property all over. So I knew he had houses and mobile homes and stuff for rent, different prices from, you know, inexpensive up to a little bit higher, but probably not on the higher in scale of what we have there in Dexter. Some of them are a lot more expensive than that. And he said, yeah, he had another one. And so we went over to look at it. And it was much bigger. 2 bedrooms. And let's see, 2 bedrooms. There was a living room. There was 2 closets in it. I'm thinking of the other place there. That one had 2 bedrooms, a closet in the front bedroom, a little closet, and then a big closet in the back bedroom. And then there was a medium-sized kitchen, a really big living room, and a big bathroom, which I liked because there was room to step out of the shower and dry off and get dressed right there in the bathroom. That's how big it was. So I asked him, he would let me move in there. I asked him, I said, does it leak or flood? Oh, no, it don't leak or flood. Of course, he lied about that because I found out when I moved in there, the roof leaked in the closet in the front room. I had to take everything out of there, all my clothes, shoes, boxes that I had, stick it in the back because it did leak. Evidently, he didn't know that it did, or maybe he did and he just didn't care, but he just wanted the rent money. course, I had already moved in by that point, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do except move out again. And he said that he normally rented it for $350, but he would let me move in it for $225 because I had rented from him before. I lived in a trailer of his down in another area of town, and I stayed there for 9 years. I rented that place for 9 years. So he knew that I would pay the rent once I got in there. So he let me have it for $225, which was a pretty good deal. And I was working at my full-time job at that time, so I had no problem paying that much rent. Then after I moved in was when I found out that the roof did leak in the closet. And in the kitchen, it flooded. Now, it didn't flood through the whole entire house like the other place of his that I lived, but it did flood in the kitchen. But now it had to rain pretty good and heavy for it to flood that way. When it was just a light sprinkle or a normal rain, it didn't flood. But if it rained quite a bit, like it does in March and April around here in Missouri, then there was water floating in the kitchen. And it was so bad of floating that the tiles come up off the floor, and floated loose. That's how bad it leaked in there. And I put up with that for, I think I lived there 2 or 3 years maybe. And I kept telling him every time he come to pick up the rent, the roof was leaking still in the closet. I asked him, was he going to do something about it? And he always said, yeah, he was going to fix it. He'll be back on Monday to take care of it. Well, it was like Monday never come. It was every time he come to pick up the rent, I'll be back on Monday to take care of it. And then you never see him again till the rent came due again. Yeah, looks like we're back home again. So anyhow, that'll be part 1. I'll continue the rest of the story on that at another time, because we're here now. We're fixing. I wanted to show you here in the front the little yard decorations right there. The old man and the woman, and this little fairy right here. See the little fairy? Come on, Jade. Those were not out here when I took my walk last time because they were busted and I had them in the house so I could glue them back together. I finally got some glue and was able to fix them. Uh-oh. Get in there. Come on. Get in the house. Come on, get in the house. Alright, so I guess that's going to be it for this video. And when she decides to come in, I'll take her dress off her and get her thing off her. So bye for now, and y'all come and see me any old time. Bye.